In a scenario where these are the only six candidates in a Republican primary, who wins? Well, Asa Hutchinson is very unknown and very boring and terrible on the policies, but he would not gain much traction. Larry Hogan has a very bad record, and even though he pretends to be more moderate on his rhetoric, his policies are still bad. And of course, he has very little recognition, and he would probably get nowhere. Nikki Haley is very bad on foreign policy, incredibly hawkish and terrible, but she's an opportunist, and people see through that. And even though she's beloved by the establishment, she would not gain any traction or support. Mike Pence has zero support, and he's a very draconian religious fundamentalist with very primitive ideas on social issues, and of course, very hawkish and loves to warmonger, but has zero support from an actual base. He has none. Now, Mike Pompeo is insanely hawkish and terrible on foreign policy, and disgusting on his ideas on what foreign policy should be. Now, of course, Mike Pompeo has zero support, and he would probably drop out very quickly because he would get nowhere, or maybe he would stay in and get embarrassed. But yes, even though his foreign policy is incredibly scary and hawkish and terrible, and particularly on Iran, he's really terrible, he has like zero supporters, so he would be unlikely to win anything. Now, Chris Christie was a very unpopular and terrible governor in New Jersey, and he is, of course, an opportunist and a massive hack, and he is just terrible all around. But of these six, he is the most animated and sort of human-like, in that he's willing to be like vicious and yell at people and really cause a scene. And of course, the Republican base would eat that up. So with only these six, like the rest of them, the rest of the five, Pence, Larry Hogan, and Asa Hutchinson, and Nikki Haley, and Mike Pompeo, they're not willing to yell and cause a scene and be as dramatic as Chris Christie. So because Chris Christie is willing to yell and cause a big scene and be very dramatic and a huge drama queen, he might be most likely to win the Republican primary in this scenario where there's only these six.